Good morning, my fellow ARK players. This is Ty Creek Rock back for another exciting day here on the ARK Survival Evolved, the Lost Island map. This is day number 157 of our little adventure here, and well, we're still out in the desert. We've been taming thiocolios, and we knocked that one down here in this trench. We've got a level 145 female right down here below us. We've been waiting on all night and trying to make sure nothing dangerous falls in the trench near it or anything. But keep an eye on its torpidity and stuff too. We put a whole bunch of biotoxin in it, so its torpidity is all the way up right now. And it is at 64.7% taming effectiveness, and it gets just a little bit over 4% per bite on cooked mutton. Is what we've been feeding these things. I'm thinking we should have tried something else because they've been losing like 7 levels off the cooked mutton. But anyway, we have got 2 already tamed here. We got a 120 male that tamed out at 172, and then we've got a 135 female that tamed out at 193. The female's got 4,760 health, 1,600 stamina, and 300.3% melee, while the male has only got 4,340 health, 294 melee, and 1,200 stamina. So the female's got way more stamina, but the health and melee is not much difference. The carrying weight on the male is 640, and it's 672 on the female. So hopefully that 145 down there is better than both of them. It's my hope anyway. I don't know if it will be or not. We're just kind of hanging around here making sure nothing falls in, and if I need to put any more biotoxin in it to keep it asleep. I guess we're going to go fly off and get a supply drop though while we're waiting, because there's really no point in just sticking around here. I've got him loaded up pretty good on the biotoxin. We've got to stick around until that guy tames, and we're going to do a little more looking around while he is a taming. If we find another really good one, we might tame another one today, but I don't know. I think we've probably got all we need on the thiocolios. We've got a male and 2 females. If we breed them together, we should get some pretty good stats. These thorny dragons are going to attack me when I grab this supply drop. Nope, they actually did. Let's go grab a few more supply drops while we're waiting on this thiocolio to tame up, and we'll, like I said, we'll be out looking for more while we're doing this. This little hill right down here in front of this supply drop usually spawns thiocolios, but it also spawns carnos and thorny dragons, so if there's a lot of those up there, the thiocolios don't come in, I guess. We'll look while we're down here though. Another heavy saddle. Every time we come down here we get so overweighted we can't even move. Right here you usually find thiocolios on this hill, but there seems to be a bunch of thorny dragons up here right now, so I don't guess we'll get one. Let's go grab this yellow supply drop. We still need Uteranus saddles and would like to get a much better T-Rex saddle. And right here's my little spot for finding cinema crops. I have tamed most of mine right here in this little spot right here below me. Okay, that had a windmill in it, so that's not good. I wonder if you can place a windmill on the ground. Or do you have to place foundations under them? I don't know that. Let's land here a minute and see if that's actually a thing you can do. Yeah, they will place on the ground. We might put this up somewhere. Let's check on our thiacolio. We've got a little spot over in the middle of the desert where we've got some oil wells set up. We might fly this over there and place it somewhere. might eventually set up a little base over there somewhere. Just got to be careful and make sure our Thycolio doesn't get close to waking up before it gets tamed. I guess actually let's not risk this. Let's go put the wind turbine inside of this chest I've got over here by my taming pen. And that way I won't have to risk getting so far away from my Thycolio before it gets tamed up. And if I decide to build a little base over there where I've got those oil wells set up, we'll take this stuff over there later. I need to fly around here slowly and make sure there's nothing dangerous around here while I'm over here. Looks pretty safe other than a rock golem, but they stay on the ground unless you aggravate them, so it should be good. We've got a storage box over here by our taming pen. We'll throw this wind turbine in that. That way if we decide to use it down here somewhere, we'll have it close by. I meant to put a door on this thing, but I never did it, did I? Throw the wind turbine in there. Throw this water jar in there so we'll have water in the desert. Anything else we want to throw in there, we can dump these flamethrower canister blueprints. And there's actually extra canteen. Let's throw that in there too. That way if we ever get stranded in the desert, we'll have water. Let's check out our Thycolio again. Its torpidity is slowly draining, but I think it'll be alright. I want to fly down to the water edge and fill up my canteen, and then we're going to circle back around and see if we can spot any more Thylas. While we're waiting on that one, if we don't find any more, boy, that is a colorful ankylosaur. Must be leftover Christmas Anky. It's only a 36, so yeah, it's definitely a Christmas one. I don't know why, but my game, when I first started, my max level creatures was only 120. And after I played a while, it changed. It changed and went up to 150. And I don't know why it would have done that. So at first my creatures were all in level multiples of 4 on their levels. And then, like I said, after I played a while, I started finding them in multiples of 5, so we went from having 120s to 150s. And I did not change any of my settings, so I don't know why that happened. I was wanting 150s from the beginning. There's another Alpha Carno. Do we want to battle another Alpha? I'm not sure I want to mess with that. I think we'll just go get this supply drop over here. Do a little more looking for Thycolios, and if we don't see any, we'll probably tame that one up in the trench and then get out of here. Actually, something I've been wanting to do, I've been wanting to fight a Deathworm with my Wyvern. We might do that. I don't know though, there's another Thycolio though, let's check it out. If it's a super good one, we might tame another one. No, it is definitely not. Let's get rid of it though. And we probably need this Titanoboa venom, if that's what's in the bag. Yep. Get all the apex drops you can, because you need a lot of those for boss battles to get into them. As tribute items. There's a long neck, but it's not a very good one. some kind of saddle. What was the saddle? Probably the Megalosaurus one. Yep, I'm thinking it was a Megalosaurus saddle. Dead on. We could potentially do us a dead on today. If I could land, get out my scope like I'm trying to do. What are you doing, Wyvern? There's another Thyla too, though. Dead on is a 44. What's the Thyla? 20. Boy, it's a terrible one. We are finding a lot of them, though. They just ain't no good. Of course, you left your bag there, so I'm going to have to jump off and get it, and there's something right up there, I think. 36 dead on. Dead on, are you going to come running as soon as I do this? Probably. Okay, we need to check our Thycolio, see if it needs any narcotics or any biotoxin. Looks like it's still doing alright. We got a purple drop starting to come down. And an Arthropleura heading our way. We did find a 145 Thycolio, but it's not the same one I seen up here the other day. Because the one I seen the other day was a male and this one is a female. Some really junky supply drops. We really need a Uranus saddle. Figured the desert would be the best place to get one. Well, that rock elemental really sticks out, doesn't it? Level 28. Let's look up on that hill over there. There might be something on it. Our Thyla should be done pretty soon. Well, there's a bunch of Carnos and Thorny Dragons right there. There's a yellow supply drop we really should go get. If it was down. I don't think it's down though. Nope, not down. Let's pull over here and look a minute, see if there's any cinema crops around. Like I said, right here is my spot where I found most of my cinema crops at. It was just right around this little area right here. Found a bunch of them. I don't see any right now though. Our Thycolio is about 2 bites away from being tame. Check its torpidity again. Maybe it'll make it. Yeah, there don't seem to be no cinema crops over here today. This is where I found most of mine at. Going back and forth up through here. Seen a bunch up this way. Right there's the border wall. First one I tamed actually got down in this trench, and I got lucky and was able to tame it because it was having a hard time getting out of the trench. Yeah, we don't have time to be looking for cinema crops anyway. Let's go get our thiacoleo, grab this yellow supply drop, and maybe head out into the middle of the desert and see if we can get a deathworm or something. See if we might be able to battle a deathworm. Wyvern, that's a funny landing you just made. Come on, we need a good Uranus saddle. We got another water jug. Let's see, our Wyvern is at 99.2%, so it is one bite away from being tame. I'm kind of thinking we might ought to hang back until it gets there. And there is a sheep in it. There sure is a sheep over here. 36 ovis. I don't know if raw mutton might have been better to tame them on, but I ain't sure because I'm definitely losing levels. I actually think this one has lost 10 levels because it's at plus 62 right now. I think it was at plus 72 when I first started. Let's circle around a little bit, see if we spot any more thylas, and then we've got to pick that one up, and then we might just head out into the high desert and see if we can battle us a deathworm. I have seen a very sparse on the terror birds today. Usually they're everywhere up here. I've only seen a few. There's another thyla though. Let's get this supply drop and check that thyla out. And our other one is tame. Our 145 just tamed up. What are you? 90, you're not good enough. If you were higher level, I would consider doing another tame, but I'm just going to have to clean this one up. Okay, snake, I guess I'm going to have to kill you so I can get this bag over here. 145. And that was the noontime music, so we've got to be on our way. We've got Deathworm to find now, I think. I'm going to drop a few things, lighten our load. Okay, let's just dump a bunch of meat. We've got way too much meat. If we're going to fight a deathworm, then we need to be able to move. We may not even be able to find one, but we're going to go pick up our thiacoleo and then we're going to head out into the desert. Spend the rest of the day looking even if we don't find one. Either way, we've got 3 pretty good Thycoleos tamed up. This little trench here is actually a really good spot to tame one if you don't have a taming pen set up. It worked out really good. See what kind of stats this guy's got. Or gal. We've got a 145 female, came out at 207. Should have came out at 217, so it actually lost 10 levels on raw mutton. It's got 338 melee, 4,700 health, and 2,000 stamina. So it actually has slightly better melee than my other two, but the other stats ain't that much better. Okay, Thyla, let's head off to the desert. See if my ice wyvern is a match for a deathworm today. Margosaurus is everywhere. I've been thinking whether or not I need to try to tame one of those things. It'll be a pain, I guess. There's a lot of critters around right here. Lots of mantises. I do want to tame a mantis. You need deathworm horns to do it with. So what level is these guys? 24 and a 36. We should get rid of these so some more will spawn in. I think I just seen a deathworm. Sure looked like a image of one. Over in this direction. Let's go over here and look. See if we can get a deathworm to pop up for us today. Yep, right here it comes. We're going to get to fight a deathworm, I think. Well, seen it for a second. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. Deathworm or not deathworm? I thought that was the deathworm thing. Nope. Let's do the orbital camera and see if we can see one. I don't see it. But that's one coming up right there, I think. See if we can trigger it by biting. Maybe I'm just standing on top of it and it can't get out of the ground. Come on, Deathworm. I'm sure that's what that was. I'm not seeing it with the orbital camera. Of course, if I was right on top of it, I wouldn't be able to see it. Circle around here a few times to see if we can get one to come up, and then we're going to go get that yellow supply drop. Huh. Well, that's weird. That dust storm thing popped up. I was sure it was a Deathworm, but it ain't coming up. Let's go get this yellow supply drop. We'll keep looking. We'll find one. Think we will anyway. Piece of armor. I didn't get to see what it was though. Okay, what was the piece of armor that we seen? It is just a primitive, so it's not very good. We want to find us a Deathworm today. I guess we'll take out mantises as we go. 36, 16, and where's the other one? There's a little water oasis out in the middle of the desert. Oh, I couldn't hit that. 20. 16 and 36. Okay, let's see what this little water spot is right here. Yep, we've got a little tiny oasis out here in the middle of the desert. This is pretty neat. Grab a drink of water. Let's sit down here and do the orbital camera thing again and see if we can spot a Deathworm. A couple more mantises. Orbital camera. I'm not seeing anything. Yep, not seeing it. Let's get rid of these couple of mantises here, and we'll keep looking. And I've got to empty my guy out here, I think. I feel like I'm overloaded again. Ton of chitin, ton of meat. Just gonna dump some meat because I want to keep the polymer. We might turn that into something. Let's see. Just cruise around here, see if we can spot a Deathworm. More mantises. I'm about done messing with mantises, I think. Taking up too much time. We'll never find this Deathworm if we keep doing that. There's a better way of doing it. Zoom out the orbital camera and you can see a lot better underground. Still don't see any Deathworms though. Okay, this cannot work. Oh, I found a Deathworm. I seen one right here. Okay, Deathworm, come up. I definitely seen it. Okay, where you at? Right there, you're green, aren't you? It's right under me. Why is it not coming up? I see it right there. What does it take to trigger them? Oh, there you are. A Christmas-colored Deathworm. I don't seem to be doing too well against it. Let's get away from it a little bit here. I'm about afraid it'll go away. Yep, there it went. I don't know if I'm winning or not here. Yeah, I think I am. It's getting bloody now. Well, we got our first Deathworm. That was pretty good. Why can I not pick that up? We want the Deathworm horns for sure. We got Leech or Wyvern. So apparently they're really good for leveling you up too. I've got 900 melee on my Wyvern now. I think we'll go get that supply drop up this way and we'll probably end the video off. We've battled a Deathworm and we got three Thiacolios. Unless we see another Deathworm really quick. If we see another one, we might do another Deathworm battle. Check the time here and see if we've got time for that. Water jar and blueprints and probably another heavy saddle. We're going to spend days cleaning out our inventory, looks like. We are running really heavy. Too much prime meat on us. Too much regular meat too. I'm going to dump a bunch of that. Trying not to accidentally drop any of my polymer. Chitin doesn't really weigh nothing, so no need in dropping that off. This saddle right here, we could drop that. We ain't going to ever use that Marilla top saddle. It is a low-leveled one anyway. And let's see what time it is. I see a red supply drop. It is 1700 hours. Let's fly toward that. If we see a Deathworm between here and there, we may fight it. If we don't, we'll probably just end the video off once we get this red supply drop. I'm going to fly slow because I think that gives me a better chance of spotting a Deathworm. We do know we can beat them if we can find them. More mantises. and bugs. That red supply drop is way up in the sky. I guess let's land here and do the orbital camera thing again. See if we can spot any deathworms nearby. Okay, deathworms, where are you at? I sure don't see any, but I see a really green mantis over behind me somewhere. Where's that at? I guess it's over that hilltop over there. Let's get this red drop. I think we're going to go ahead and end the video off because it's been a pretty long video. We've had a successful day of it. Well, I just seen a deathworm. I guess we're going to do one after all. Get this drop and then we'll fight this deathworm. I guess while we're waiting on this drop, we'll try to heal up our Wyvern a little bit, because it did take a little damage from that last deathworm. It's really slow getting their health back this way, ain't it? I guess we're going to give it up right there and get this drop, and then we're going to battle that deathworm if we can find it. Pretty sure it's right in here. Yeah, that was nothing good. Okay, deathworm, where you at? It's pretty close to us. It's right over there. I don't know what causes them to come up, though. What triggers a deathworm to come up? Looks like a big giant ocean down under this. And I'm not seeing the deathworm now. I know it's right down here though. Come on, deathworm, come up for me. Need to end the video off here. I'd like to do another deathworm battle before I do it. I don't see it now. Question is did it move? Or is it still down there? I can't see it. I cannot do anything like that. Let's get over here and see if I can do the orbital camera thing again. I'm sure it was right here is where I seen it at. But it doesn't want to come up. Yep, I can't find it, so I guess I'm just ending the video off. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And thanks again for watching. This is Tile Creek Rock. Trying to find that Deathworm again, but we're having no luck. But anyway, thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up and have a great day. This is Tile Creek Rock signing out.